Let's go.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Byron Center Northview swim meet. Tonight is Byron Center's senior night, so we're going to start off by introducing each of the seniors. First up is Josiah.
Life is short, so it's important to put the work into school, sports, family, and faith. The hard work pays off in the end. Josiah Gonzalez. Our second senior is Cam Walters. He is the son of Matt and Kathy Walters. Cam's favorite BC swim and dive memory is state last year at Oakland. He likes to go to the gym and hang out with friends outside of swim. He is planning on going into the trades or trade school after graduation. Cam's advice to the team: it's only as hard as you make it. Cam Walters.
Cam Walters, everyone.
Our next athlete is Jonathan Wallace. Jonathan is the son of Jill Wallace. His favorite BC memory is the van ride to states. Outside of swim and dive, he enjoys snowboarding, wakeboarding, and anything on water. Jonathan plans to attend GDSU for engineering, and he has committed to dive for the Lakers. His advice to the team: hard work pays off. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Wallace.
Jonathan Wallace, everyone.
Up next is Eli Bastelar. Eli's parents are Matt and Kim. Eli's favorite swim memory is going to IHOP after practice during Christmas break. Outside of swim, Eli enjoys fishing, golfing, hanging with friends, and tinkering with electronics. He is headed to Michigan Tech for electrical engineering after graduation. And his advice to the team: you get out of it what you put in. Eli Bastelar.
Eli Bastelar, everybody.
Our final athlete tonight is Austin Briggs. Austin is the son of Kim and Jason. His favorite swim memory is the hotel room at States last year. Outside of swim, he likes going to the beach with friends. He's planning to make some money after graduation. And his advice to the team: treasure the times that you spend laughing with friends at practice. Austin Briggs.
Austin Briggs, everybody.
Congratulations to our 2023 seniors. Thank you for the leadership you have provided for this team at Byron Center.
All right, we're going to have a little brief break right here. We should start things up in a couple of minutes.
But first, a quick thanks to our sponsors: Byron Township, a community on the move; Gaines Charter Township; and the BC Athletics Silver sponsors: Family Fair, Fast Science, and the Orthopedic Associates of Michigan. And thanks to the BC Athletic Gold sponsors: Armored Roofing and Construction and the Center for Physical Rehabilitation.
Coaches, officials, and spectators to be role models for sportsmanship and fair play on the field and in our communities. We are excited to have our student athletes learning life lessons through educational athletics. Please do your part to create a positive environment for everyone to enjoy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the privilege of this event is made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Let us now honor and respect their efforts with the playing of the national anthem. Please stand if you are able.
All right, let's get things started here.
The first event will be the men's 200-yard medley relay. In lane 1, we have Northview D relay. In lane 2, we have Byron Center C relay. In lane 3, we have Northview B relay. In lane 4, Byron Center A relay. In lane 5, Northview A relay. In lane 6, Byron Center B relay. And in lane 7, Northview C relay.
This is the 200-yard medley relay, so our first leg will consist of a 50 back and then breasts flying to end it off a 50 free.
Should be an exciting race. This is heat 1 of 1. In the BCA relay, we have Cole, Austin, Colton, and Aaron. In the BCB relay, we have Caleb McGinley, Jack DeVries, Grant Pierce, and Cam Walters. In the C relay, we have Ian, Owen, Sam, and Brady. Let's kick this off.
Let's go, boys. A little long of a wait here. Technical difficulties. Seems there was a little bit of an issue with the starter, so might be a moment more here.
They're off.
That was a quick start. Leading the way so far is lane 5 from Northview, but Cole and Caleb are right on his tail, so we'll see what happens the latter half of this. Lane 5 splits 26.87, Cole right behind him 27.65, and Caleb in lane 6 28.97.
Austin Briggs seems to be catching up in the breaststroke leg.
Yeah, great pull out from Austin. They seem to have gained about caught up about half a body length to Northview's Alex Richardson.
Next up in the fly leg, we have Colton Standorf.
Austin will split 26.78 there.
Caleb Howell has maintained Northview's body length lead, but Colton's catching up. We'll see who can close it.
Oh, and it appears that Caleb Howell breathes to his side. That's very interesting.
Colton with a split of 24-26 in his fly leg. In the water now for the freestyle leg of Byron Center, Aaron
Petrulio. It appears that Northview and Byron Center will go 1-2 right here. Northview touches in a time of 140.19 and Byron Center right behind them in a final time of 141.69. Northview's B relay will take third in a final time of 147.77, and Byron Center's B relay in lane 6 will take fourth in a final time of 150.18. Good job, guys.
Next up, we have the men's 200-yard freestyle, and we'll have 2 heats of this event.
Yes, the first heat will be primarily exhibition with the exception of lane 4, and then we have heat 2. In our first heat, in lane 2, we have Jet Troyer from Northview. In lane 3, we have Lincoln Chambers of Northview. In lane 4, Bryce Counts from Byron Center. In lane 5, Dylan Norton from Northview. And in lane 6, Wyatt Fram from Northview.
We've always said that sportsmanship is the golden rule in action. But why should it stop when the game is over? Now more than ever, we need to respect each other and treat each other with common decency, not only between the lines, but outside the lines in our daily lives. In sports and in life, nothing beats good sportsmanship. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values for educational athletes.
So important.
In the water now, Dylan Norton from Northview seems to be taking the lead.
Yeah, going into our first 50 split, he will turn in a split of 28.2. Right on his tail, we have Lincoln Chambers, also from Northview, turning in a split of 29.76. The 200 is definitely a race of discipline. Dylan Norton will turn in a 100 split of 101.24 in lane 5. Catching up to him is Jet Troyer, also of Northview, in lane 2. He turned just about 0.8 off of him in a 102.02. Yeah, they seem to be about neck and neck now going into this last 50. It'll definitely be interesting.
Yep, we'll see who can pull it between Dylan and Jet.
Yeah, just 23 100ths apart. Jet Troyer pulled ahead just a little bit in a 136.57, and Dylan Norton 136.80. Going into the final turn, it looks to be Jet Troyer of Northview up in lane 2. But coming down to these last 12.5 yards, we'll see whose race it is. And it will be Jet Troyer of Northview, touching in a final time of 2:09.39. Dylan Norton right off of him in lane 5, touches in second with a final time of 2:10.52. Lincoln Chalmers of Northview in lane 3 touches in third with the final time of 2:12.84, and Bryce Counts of Byron Center in lane 4 touching in a final time of 2:21.17.
Next up, we'll move on to heat 2 of 2. In lane 2, we have Lucas Ritzma. In lane 4, we have Andrew Hill. In lane 6, we have Carter Nelson. In lane 8, we have Grant Pierce. .200 free is a race of discipline, and we'll see how these guys can pull this through.
Right off the back, it seems Liam Schneller, I believe that's how you say it, of Northview in lane 5.
Liam seems to be maintaining the lead, but it is a very firm race for second.
Yeah, it seems right now that Alex Boyton of Northview in lane 7 is in second, but
Yep.
yeah. Yeah. Liam Schneller turns in a split of 53.99. That's pretty solid. Yeah, it really is a race for second, though.
Yep.
And third. Second and third are definitely
Going to be close.
going to be earned.
They're all very close right now going in this final 50.
Yeah, Liam Schneller will turn in a split of 28.39. Just off him, lane 7, 30.65. Andrew Hill out of lane 4 turns in a split of 29.96. He seems to be having a pretty good race right now as well.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
a fight for third.
But from start to finish, it will be Liam Schneller of Northview. He'll touch in a final time of 1:49.84.
Very nice.
Very nice, yeah. Out of lane 7, it will be Alex Boyton. He'll touch in a final time of 1:55.80. Lane 4, Andrew Hill will receive third in a final time of 1:56.85. Tying with lane 3, who also goes a 1:56.85. Wow, you don't see that every day,
Very
do ya?
nice racing. And in fifth, in Byron Center, Carter Nelson in a time of 1:57.98.
Great job, guys.
Next up, we'll move on to the 200.IM, and this will be heat 1 of 1.
Out of lane 1, we'll have Asher Vincent of Northview. Out of lane 2, Ian McClellan, Byron Center. Lane 3, Cody Livesi, Northview. Out of lane 4, Byron Center's Colton Standorf. Out of lane 5, Michael Horde of Northview. Out of lane 6, Byron Center's Cole Mitchell. Out of lane 7, Ben Duffy of Northview. And lastly, lane 8, Brody Dunnell from Byron Center.
That's 200-yard IM, heat 1 of 1.
This race consists of each of the 4 strokes, so 50 fly, 50 back, 50 breast, and then 50 free.
Off the start, Colton Sandorf seems to be pulling ahead. The 200 IM, though, is a very interesting race because you can pull up ahead at certain points, and people have their different strengths, so
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
I've always found that especially breaststrokers seem to excel in the IM.
Yes.
They seem to be able to pull ahead right at that perfect moment. The 350 is definitely the sweet spot for any 200, so that makes sense. Yeah, Colton will turn in a split of 26-17. Just off him lanes 5 and 7, 27-1 and 27-6. Colton seems to have about body length lead going into the 100.
Colton is also a strong breaststroker, so he should be able to maintain his lead.
Yeah.
Colton has about almost 2 body lengths lead at this point during the breaststroke leg. He is holding his lead. But Michael Horvath's giving a run for his money.
Oh, it's getting close.
Michael's catching him. We'll see if Colton can pull through on this 50 free. He has only about a little over half second, but it seems he is pulling through right now. About a body length lead now at this point. Should be able to take it home. Colton will take it home first with a time of 2:07.43. Very solid swim.
Nice, right off them. Michael Horde, lane 5, Northview, 2:08.13. 7/10 separating those boys. And out of lane 7, it is Ben Duffy, also of Northview. He will touch in a final time of 2:12.19. Taking fourth, Cole Mitchell of Byron Center, touching in a final time of 2:15.53.
Very nice job, boys.
Yeah, awesome job, guys.
Next up, we move on to the 50-yard freestyle, and this will be heat 1 of 3.
Yeah, we will have 3 heats of this event. Our first heat, we will have Elliot Fram, Cam Whitgen, Jordan Spoolhoff, Josiah Gonzalez, David Minelli, Jude Vitarelli, Xander Helenius, and Aaron Howe.
Sorry about the butchering of those last names.
Yes, guys, I'm very sorry.
Should start momentarily.
Yeah, the 50 free is kind of a, just get your hand on the wall.
It's got to be in it from the start.
Yeah, definitely. There's not a ton of room for error. Yeah, very little error is allowed. Right now, it looks to be Jude Vitarelli of Byron Center, but he is battling out with lane 7, so we'll see how this ends. And it will be Xander of Northview touching in a final time of 28.65. Right off him, Cameron Whitkin of Northview also touching in a final time of 28.79. And Jude will take third in a final time of 28.81.
Next up, we move on to heat 2 of 3. In lane 2, we have Owen. In lane 3, we have Tevin. In lane 4, we have Jack. In lane 5, we have Jack. In lane 6, we have Sam. In lane 7, we have Reese. And in lane 8, we have Brady.
Brady Walters.
It's a battle between the middle 3 lanes for this first.
Yeah.
So you can take it home.
This is definitely an interesting race.
Very much.
The 50 always is.
Jack
it's always
seems-
a little shocking.
Jack seems to be pulling ahead a little bit. Jack DeVries from Byron Center.
Yeah, it looks like it will be Jack, and then right off him, Sam Vanderwerf.
Yep. Jack DeVries takes first with a 24.63. Sam Vanderwerf second with a time of 25.25.
And Jack Botsford of Northview. Sorry if I said that wrong, Jack, but he will touch in a final time of 25.36.
Owen touches fourth at a time of 26.29, and Brady touches sixth with a time of 26.79.
Yeah, up next we have our third and final heat of the 50 free for this evening. Lane 1, Noah Kroll. Lane 2, Aaron Petrulio. Lane 3, Eaton Pizzo. In lane 4, Austin Briggs. In lane 5, Caleb Powell. Lane 6, Caleb Walters. Lane 7, Cam Walters. Lane 7, Ethan Colbers. And lane 8, Eli Bostelaire. Or Bostelar. Let's go, boys. Good start from Austin Briggs in lane 4. It looks like it will primarily be a race between him and Caleb Howe. And it will be Austin Briggs of Byron Center touching in the final time of 21.93. Caleb Howe will get second in a final time of 22.03. And Cam Walters from Byron Center out of lane 6 in a final time of 23.59.
He will take third. Nice one, boys.
Yeah.
Next up, we move on to diving.
Just another quick little thank you to our sponsors, Byron Township, a community on the move, Gaines Charter Township, Family Fair, Fast Signs, and Orthopedic Associates of Michigan. And a big thank you to our Byron Center Athletics Gold sponsors, Armed Roofing and Construction and the Center for Physical Rehabilitation. Yeah, so we are going to let our divers warm up here for a few minutes, and then we should begin the diving portion of the evening. Everyone in sports is in search of the elusive perfect game. Making every shot, completing every pass, striking everyone out, getting each call right. That's right. Game officials enjoy the competition and seek perfection just like the players do. If you still have that competitive streak and want to help kids by giving them back, maybe becoming a high school official is for you. To register, log on to MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Sportsmanship. Sportsmanship has never been more important, between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, respect, understand, practice, the common decency to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Yeah, so we should begin our diving. Oh, yep. Diving should begin very shortly.
The judges' scores, 4, 4.5, 4.5.
First up, we have Jonathan Wallace. He will receive scores for his first dive of 4, 4.5, and 4.5.
Is a 103B, degree of difficulty, 1.7.
Up next, we have Ethan Weaver of Byron Center. His first dive will have a degree of difficulty of 1.7.
Judges' scores, 5, 5.
Judges will give scores of 5, 5, and 5.
Trevor is our next diver.
Up next, we have Trevor Buscard of Northview.
His dive is a 103B, degree of difficulty, 1.7.
His dive is a 103B with a degree of difficulty of 1.7. And he will receive scores from our judges of 5, 5, and 5.5.
Next up, we have Ike DeVries from Byron Center. Dive 104C, degree of difficulty 2.2.
Just a sec, thank you.
Just one moment right now. We have a little board technical difficulty while it flips over quickly.
Once again, Ike's dive is a 104C, degree of difficulty 2.2.
Just a quick little reminder, his dive for this evening will be a 104C with a degree of difficulty of 2.2. Ike will receive scores from our judges of 5, 5, and 5, making him our new leader for this first round. Up next, we have Vincent Williams of Northview. His dive is a 103B with a degree of difficulty of 1.7.
He will receive scores of 7, 6, and 6.5. Nice. Next up, we have Jonathan Wallace, dive 103B, degree of difficulty 1.7. Here we received judges' scores of 6, 6, and 5.5.
Up next, we have Aiden Stanciel of Northview. His dive is a 103B with a degree of difficulty of 1.7.
He will receive judges' scores of 6.5, 5, and 5.
Up next, we have Jack Oliver, a sophomore here at Byron Center. His first dive of the evening will be a 103B with a degree of difficulty of 1.7. He will receive scores from our judges of 6, 7, and 6.5.
Starting round 2 of diving.
For our second round of diving, we'll begin with Jenna Wallace. She will be doing dive 203C with a degree of difficulty of 2. She will receive scores from our judges of 4.5, 5.5, and 5, bringing her new total to 52.1. Up next, Ethan Weaver, yes, Ethan Weaver of Byron Center, excuse me, with a dive to 303C and a degree of difficulty of 2.1.
He will receive judges' scores of 4, 3, and 3.
Bringing his new total up to 46.5. Up next, we have Northview's Trevor Beskar. His next dive is a 104C with a degree of difficulty of 2.2. Excuse me, the dive was a 104C with a degree of difficulty of 2.2. Judges score 4, 4.5, and 4, rounding his new total off to... No, one moment. Sorry.
Have a little bit of technical difficulties, but
yeah,
it's
just
all
a little
good.
bit. It's all good.
While we wait, a quick thanks to our sponsors, Byron Township, a community on the move, Gaines Charter Township, and thanks to our BC Athletic Silver sponsors, Family Fair, Fast Science, and the Orthopedic Associates of Michigan. And a thanks to the BC Athletic Gold sponsors, Armored Roofing and Construction, and the Center for Physical Rehabilitation.
Yes, thank you, sponsors. The love of game drives us to sports as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping onto the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships with which only can be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at mhsaa.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Next dive is a 403C, degree of difficulty 2.2.
Ike's next dive of round 2 will be a 403C with a degree of difficulty of 2.2. He will receive scores from our judges of 5.5, 5.5, and 5, rounding his new score off to 68.2.
Next up, we have Vincent Williams from Northview, dive 104B, degree of difficulty 2.3. He will receive scores from our judges of 5, 4.5, and 5, bringing his new score up to 66.5. Next up, we have Jonathan Wallace from Byron Center, dive 105C, degree of difficulty 2.4. Judges' scores of 5.5, 6, and 6. Very nice job. Taking his new total up to 71.75.
Nice job, Johnny. Up next, we have Aiden of Northview. His dive is a 104C with a degree of difficulty of 2.2. He will receive scores from our judges of 6.5, 6, and 6, bringing his new total up to 68.75.
Next up, we have Jack Oliver from Byron Center, dive 5132D, degree of difficulty 2.2.
We have a 5132D, degree of difficulty 2.2. Is it different than that?
A little bit of technical difficulties again. Might be one more moment. Oh, but we got an official on the run. All right, guys. Mental health concerns in high school sports can go past and beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive manner. You can learn more about those mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Would you like a copy of tonight's game or any other event covered by BCTV? Not a problem. Get a hold of us at 878-6781 or through our website www.byrontv.com for either Blu-ray or DVD of whatever event you're looking for. Blu-rays are only $15, DVDs are just $10. Again, call 878-6781 or visit www.byrontv to order your Blu-ray or DVD today.
Wow, impressive dive from Jack Oliver. He'll receive scores of 5.5, 6.5, and 6.5 from our judges tonight.
Taking his total up to 73.85. Very impressive.
We will now be beginning round 3, starting us off Jenna Wallace of Byron Center. Her dive is a 302C with a degree of difficulty of 1.6. Judges award 5.5, 5, and 4.5, taking her new total up to 76.1. Ethan Weber will receive scores from our judges of 2, 3.5, and 2.5, taking his new total up to 62.5.
Trevor's third dive is a 403C, degree of difficulty.
Trevor's third dive will be 403C, degree of difficulty 2.2. He will receive judges' scores of 5, 4.5, and 5.5.
Taking his new total up to 87.95. Next, Ike DeVries of Byron Center. His dive is a 105C, degree of difficulty 2.4 for the third round of the evening. Start to see some swimmers making their way to the warm-up pool. Following diving this evening, we will have the 100-yard fly. Very nice dive from Ike. He'll receive scores of our judges, 5, 5.5, and 5.5.
Taking his total up to 106.6, taking him in the lead.
Nice job, Ike. He is a freshman, if I believe
Yep.
correctly. Yeah.
He's been doing good this year.
Yeah, great job, Ike. Doing well so far tonight. Next, we have Vincent Williams of Northview. His dive is a 105B with a degree of difficulty of 2.6.
Judges' scores of 4, 3, and 4.5.
That's a little bit painful. His new score is 96.4. Up next, Jonathan Wallace of Byron Center. His dive is a 303C, degree of difficulty 2.1. Nice job from Johnny. He will receive scores from our judges 6, 7, and 7. Taking his new total up to 113.75.
Next up, we have Aiden from Northview, dive 105C, degree of difficulty 2.4.
105C, degree of difficulty 2.4.
He will receive scores from our judges of 5, 5, and 4.5, taking his new total up to 103.55. Jack Oliver's third dive of this evening is a 105B, degree of difficulty of 1.6.
He will receive judges scores of 6, 6.5, and 6, taking his new total up to 121.95. Very nice dive.
Starting our fourth round of this evening off, we have Jenna Wallace. Her dive is a 105B with a degree of difficulty of 2.6.
Jenna's fourth dive is a 5221D, degree of difficulty 1.7.
Jenna will receive scores from our judges of 4, 5, and 5, taking her new total up to 99.9. It's a fun number. Next up, Ethan Weaver. His dive is a 5221D with a degree of difficulty of 1.7. Judges score 5, 5, and 4.5. His new score of the evening is 87.15. Up next from Northview is Trevor. His dive is a 5223D with a degree of difficulty of 2.3. He will receive scores from our judges 4.5, 3.5, and 5, taking his new total up to 117.85.
Next up, we have Active Reese from Byron Center. Dive 5223D. Oops, sorry. Switch it. Dive 5122D. Degree of difficulty 1.9.
Let's see what he can do.
The judges' scores 4.5, 5.5, 5.5.
Next up, we have Vincent Williams from Northview, dive 403B, degree of difficulty 2.4.
He will receive scores from our judges of 5.5 all around, taking his new score up to 136 flat.
Next up, we have Jonathan Wallace from Byron Center, dive 5132D, degree of difficulty 2.2.
Judges score 5, 5.5, and 5.5, taking his new total up to 148.95. He is currently our lead diver for this evening, but we still have a couple more for round 4. Right now is Aiden of Northview. His current score is a 103.55.
Aiden will receive scores of 5, 5, and 5. 5 all across the board.
Jack's fourth dive is a 203B, degree of difficulty 2.3.
Very nice dive from Jack. Judges scores of 3.5, 4, and 4.
And this will take us into the 5th round of the evening. Jenna Wallace dive to 402C, degree of difficulty 1.6.
Judges scores of 5.5, 6, and 6, taking her new total up to 127.9.
Up next, we have Ethan Weaver of Byron Center. His dive is a 402C, degree of difficulty 1.6.
Ethan will receive scores of 5, 5, and 5, taking his new total up to 1111.15 flat. Next up, we have Trevor Buscard, for Northview. Dive 5122D, degree of difficulty 1.9.
He will receive scores from our judges of 5 across the board, taking his new score up to 146.35. Next dive is a 5223D, degree of difficulty 2.3. He will receive scores from our judges of 4.5, 6, and 4.5. Taking his new score up to 170.55.
Vincent's fifth dive will be a 5.22.
Up next, we have Vincent Williams of Northview. His next dive will be a 5.225D, degree of difficulty 2.7. It's pretty high.
Vincent will receive scores of 5, 5.5, and 5.5.
Taking his new score up to 179.2. There should be a large amount of guys tonight who hit over 200, well past it even.
Yep.
Up next, we have Jonathan Wallace. His dive is a 403C, degree of difficulty 2.2. This is the guy who is committed to dive at Grand Valley next year. That's exciting. All good thoughts for Johnny.
Scores of 5.5, 6, and 6. Taking his new total up to 187.45.
Nice job.
Nice dive. Next up, we have Aiden from Northview, dive 403C, degree of dive 5223D, degree of difficulty 2.3. Judges scores of 5.5, 5, and 4.5.
Taking his new total up to 171.05.
Next up, we have Jack Oliver from Byron Center.
His dive will be a 403B, degree of difficulty 2.4. This will be the last dive of round 5. And then we have one more round before the second part of the swim session. Jack will receive scores from our judges 6.5, 7, and 7.
Taking his new total up to 197.6, putting him first.
Nice job, Jack. To start off our last round, Jenna Wallace, dive 401B, degree of difficulty 1.5. Jenna will score 5, 6, and 5.5, taking her final total for the night to 152.65.
Nice job.
Nice job, Jenna.
Next up, we have Ethan Weber from Byron Center, dive 104C, degree of difficulty 2.2, and this will be his final dive of the night.
Let's see what he can do.
Trevor's final dive will be a 203C, degree of difficulty 2.0.
Next, we have Trevor. His final dive of the evening is a 203C, degree of difficulty 2.0.
Trevor scores 5, 4.5, and 4.5. Ike's final dive
Ike's final dive of the evening is a 203C, degree of difficulty 2.0. He will receive scores from our judges, 5, 5.5, and 4.5. His total score of the night is a 200.55, just over that 200 mark. Nice job, Ike.
Vincent's final dive will be a 204B, degree of difficulty 2.5.
Vincent's final dive of the evening is a 204B, degree of difficulty 2.5. He'll receive scores of 6, 5, and 6.5. Excuse me. His total score of the evening will be a 222.95. Jonathan's final dive of the evening is a 305C, degree of difficulty 3.0. Nice job, Johnny. Very impressive. He will receive scores of 5, 5, and 6.5, bringing his new total up to 236.95.
Very nice dive.
Very nice job, Johnny. From Northview, Aiden. His dive is a 305C, degree of difficulty 3.0. Although that may have to, yep, it has to flip. It's actually a 203B, degree of difficulty 2.3. Excuse what I said earlier. Concentration. He will receive scores of our judges, 5.5, 4.5, 5. His final total of the night, 205.55. And last but certainly not least, Jack Oliver, Byron Center. This will be the final dive of the evening, everyone. His dive will be a 532 5D with a degree of difficulty of 2.8. He is just about 40 points off of getting first. So we'll see what he has. He will receive scores from our judges, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, bringing his new total to 235.4, just a hair and a half off of Jonathan Wallace.
And that concludes diving for the night.
Yeah, that does conclude diving for this evening. So we will shortly begin the latter half of the swimming portion of the evening. Following this little break, we'll have the 100-yard butterfly, 100-yard freestyle, the 500-yard freestyle, the 200-yard freestyle relay, 100-yard back, 100-yard breaststroke, and finally, the men's 400-yard freestyle relay. Should be an exciting back half, if you ask me. Looking forward to it. Yeah, and just a little reminder that it is senior night, so make sure you guys are cheering a little extra louder for those seniors. I believe this is their last dual meet ever in high school. They have conference next weekend, and then our state meet here in a couple of weeks, so yeah, make sure you're cheering them on. Conference will be held at Northview, so the pool of our opposing team here. And then I believe states are at Holland, so our neighbors to the west. In this next event, the 100-yard fly, we have Dylan Norton of Northview, Bo Holmes of Northview, Riku Duncan of Northview, Byron Center's Colton Standorf, Alex Richardson of Northview, Grant Pierce of Byron Center, and Griffin DeMuth, I believe if I'm saying that correctly, of Northview. See what happens. This is definitely one of Colton Standorf's strong suits. He's a very strong butterflyer, but he does have many strengths, so this is just one of them under his belt. Right now, it seems to be Alex Richardson having about half a body length or so on Colton. They are going into their 50 split. Alex will turn in 25.05. Colton will turn in 25.56. 56, yes.
Only about half a second apart right now.
Yeah, Colton seems to be gaining a little bit of
if he can have a good turn.
A little bit of speed on Alex, but
oh,
still
they're getting closer. If Colton can have a really good finish, he might be able to pull this through.
He is pulling ahead just a tiny, tiny bit, but it does look like it may be Alex. About half a second apart. Yeah, a little less. It'll be Colton Sandorf in second out of lane 4, 54.93, and Alex Richardson taking the heat out of lane 5 in a 54.64. In lane 7, Griffin will take third in a time of 1:03.42.
Our next event is the 100-yard.
Our next event is the 100 yards freestyle. There will be 2 heats of this. They are relatively quickly though. Out of heat 1, we will have Aaron Howe of Northview. Out of lane 2, Josiah Gonzalez. He is a senior, so make sure you're cheering loud for him at home. From Byron Center. Out of lane 3, Kyle Duncan, Northview. Lane 4, Sam Vanderwerf of Byron Center. Lane 6, Brady Walters of Byron Center. And lane 7, Jordan from Northview.
And this is heat 1.
Yes, this is heat 1. Oh, it looks like there is no lanes 5 right now, so a little hole in the pool.
There's no one here either. Yeah, I know. Yep, no one 5. I think Sam, yes, Sam has a little bit of a lead on Kyle from Northview, but they're close. Oh, it seems Sam is pulling ahead more now towards this last turn.
And someone is in lane 5. I'm just not quite sure who. It's someone from Northview. Yeah, it looks like it will be Sam Vanderwerf from start to finish. He'll touch in a final time of 56.12. Brady Walters will come in at 4th. He touches in a final time of 101.13. Up next, heat 2 of the 100-yard freestyle. Lane 1, Lincoln Chalmers. Lane 2, Eli Bostelaire, another senior. Make sure you're cheering loud, guys. Lane 3, Alex Boynton. Lane 4, Aaron Petrulli. Lane 5, Ian Pizzo. Lane 6, Lucas Ritzema. Lane 7, Jack Botsford. And lastly, lane 8, Caleb McGinley. Wow, this will be a very tight race.
Indeed. Still off the wall. They're all middle 6 lanes, still like right there. This will be a tight race for the finish.
Yeah, lanes 4 and 5 are just 5/100ths off of each other at the first wall.
It's tight.
It's very tight. It looks like it will be lane 5
Yes.
as they're closing them here on the finish. And it will be. It will be Eaton Pizzo out of lane 5 from Northview, taking a time of 51.36, out of lane 3, 51.78. Eli Bostelaire will go 52.35.
Aaron will go 52.41 and Lucas will go 52.51. I think those are both best times.
Yeah, if not close to it. Great job, guys. Definitely was an exciting race there. And now we are going to move on to our 500-yard freestyle. Out of lane 1, David Manelli, Northview. Out of lane 2, Asher Vincent, also of Northview. Lane 3, Caleb Howe, Northview. Lane 4, Carter Nelson, Byron Center. Lane 6, Liam Schneller, Northview. Lane 6, Andrew Hill, Byron Center. Lane 7, Noah Kroll, Northview. And lastly, lane 8, Cameron Whitgen, Northview.
From Northview. This will be heat 1 of 1.
Just a quick little thank you to our sponsors this evening. Byron Township, a community on the move. Gaines Charter Township, Family Fair, Fast Signs, and Orthopedic Associates of Michigan. And a really big shout out to our Byron Center Athletics Gold sponsors, Armored Roofing and House and Construction, and the Center for Physical Rehabilitation.
Orthopedic Associates of Michigan, Fast Signs, and Family Fair.
Would you like a copy of tonight's game or any other event covered by BCTV? Not a problem. Get a hold of us at 878-6781 or through our website www.byrontv.com for either a Blu-ray or DVD of whatever event you're looking for. Blu-rays are only $15, DVDs are just $10. Again, call 878-6781 or visit www.byrontv.com to order your Blu-ray or DVD today. Make sure to follow BCTV on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Find us at BCTV25 across all platforms.
Yeah, and just a quick little plug to our beloved Aquatic Center. Make sure to follow Byron Center Swimming and Byron Center Aquatics on Instagram and Facebook.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the results of tonight's diving. Coming in 8th, Ethan Weaver with a score of
In 8th for diving, Ethan Weaver.
In 7th place, Jenna Wallace with a
In 7th place for diving, Jenna Wallace from Byron Center.
In 6th place, Trevor Busker with a score of 175.
In 7th place, Trevor Busker. Oh, 6th place, sorry. In 5th place, Ike DeVries from Byron Center. In 4th place, Aiden Stanson from Northview. In 3rd place, Vincent Williams. In 2nd place, Jack Oliver. And in 1st place from Byron Center, Jonathan Wallace. Those are diving results. Sorry, I just started saying them abruptly. So a little checking on the 500. Lane 5 and lane 3, which is Caleb and Liam, seem to be pulling ahead at this moment. Liam has a little bit of a lead, about a body length on him. And then in 3rd place right now is Carter Nelson, with Andrew not too far trailing behind.
Yeah, Carter will turn here at the 300 mark in a I believe it's the 300 mark, the 32:26.
Andrew will turn in a 5:10.78.
Yeah, Carter will split here, 32:02, very consistent. Andrew will split a 33:43.
Right now, Carter is in third, and Andrew Hill seems to be in fourth.
Howe out of Northview turns in a split of 31:32. He seems to be trailing right behind his teammate, Schneider out of lane 5. He recently split a 30.38. Carter Nelson out of Byron Center will turn in 32:02. Another very
32 flat.
consistent split out of Carter.
With
Andrew,
100 to go, sorry.
Yeah. Andrew Hill right there, won a 33.25.
Liam with a 4:26.07, last 50. And Caleb Howe from Northview with a 4:30 with 50 to go. Carter will turn with a 4:42 with 100 left. Andrew will turn in a 4:50 with 50 remaining.
And it will be Schneller of Northview. He will touch in a final time of 4:55.24, getting under that 5-minute mark. And just over that 5-minute mark, I believe it is Caleb Howe of Northview. He'll touch in a final time of 5 minutes, .75.
Carter Nelson will finish third with a time of 5:12.55. Andrew Hill will finish fourth with a time of 5:23.5.
Nice job, guys. Up next tonight, we will have the boys 200-yard freestyle relay. Finishing in fifth with a final time of 5:48.96 is Northview's Pearl. And out of lane 2, Vincent will turn in a final time of 6:12.33, earning him 6th place tonight.
Cameron, lane 8 from Northview, will finish in a 6:43.65, and David will finish 8th with a split time of 6:48.
Nice job, guys.
In lane 1, we have the Northview D relay. In lane 2, we have the BC C relay. In lane 3, we have the Northview B relay. In lane 4, BC A relay. In lane 5, Northview A relay. In lane 6, BC B relay. In lane 7, Northview C relay. And lane 8, Northview E relay.
Yeah.
In our
Let's start off sprinty.
In our BC A relay, we'll have a relay of Austin Briggs, Lucas Ritzma, Eli Boster, and Cam Walters.
I have a feeling this should be a relatively competitive heat. Both teams have some very strong sprinters,
yes.
So should be interesting. Nice start for Austin Briggs out of lane 4. Just a hair off the competition off that start. Leading the way. Diving over Austin, we'll have Lucas Ritzema, a freshman. Yeah, Austin has nearly a body length lead after this first 50. He will go 22.06. Out touching lane 5, 23.26.
Lucas has maintained that body length lead.
Yeah, he's definitely holding his own. After him, we will have Eli Bostelar of Byron Center. Nice! Lucas will touch in 23.44. Great job.
Eli will touch with a 23.51. In the water now is Cam Walters.
Oh, it'll be a race for the finish, and it will be Byron Center's A relay, just out touching Northview in 1/10 of a second.
Very nice work.
Cam anchored that relay and split 22.61. Their final time is a 1:31.62. Northview 1:31.72. Wow, very exciting finish. Yeah.
Byron Center.
Nice job, Byron Center. Yeah, definitely a competitive heat there, guys. Up next, though, we will have the men's 100-yard backstroke. Out of lane 1, we have Xander Hellenius of Northview. Sorry if I said that wrong. Lane 2, Ian McClellan, Byron Center. Lane 3, Cody Levesky, Northview. Lane 4, Byron Center's Cole Mitchell. Lane 5, Alex Richardson of Northview. Lane 6, Byron Center's Kayla McGinley. And lane 7, Northview's Ethan Chalmers. Excuse me. Yeah, this is definitely one of Cole Mitchell's best events, arguably even his favorite, so we'll see what he can do here tonight. The middle 3 lanes seem to be relatively neck and neck. Alex Richardson will split 26.96 right off him. Cole Mitchell in lane 4, 27.32.
Alex Richardson has about half the body length lead on Cole. He will finish first with a time of 55.74. Cole will finish second with a time of 57.09.
Great job, guys. Definitely a good heat there. Lane 3 will get third and a final time of 59.14.
And Caleb McGinley will finish fourth with a time of 102.19. Next up, we'll move on to the 100-yard breaststroke, where we'll have heat 1 of 2.
Yes, the first heat, again, will be a primarily exhibition. You'll have Taven Cole, lane 3, Elliot Fram, lane 4, Bryce Counts of Byron Center, lane 5, Jet Troyer, and lane 7, Rice Holmes. Just one last quick thank you to our Byron Center Athletic Gold sponsors, Armored Roofing and Construction, and the Center for Physical Rehabilitation. Right now it looks to be Bryce Counts from Byron Center out of lane 4. He just turned in a 37.63. But it will be Rice Holmes of Northview out of lane 7, touching in a final time of 1:15.26. Just after him, we have Jet Troyer of Northview in lane 5, 1:19.26. And lane 4, Bryce Counts. He will touch in 3rd, the final time of 1:21.21. Our second and final heat of the 100-yard brushstroke. Lane 2, Kyle Duncan. Lane 1. Lane 2, Owen Van Sokema. Lane 3, Ben Stuffy. Lane 4, Austin Briggs from Byron Center. Lane 5, Michael Horde. Lane 6, Jack DeVries of Byron Center. Lane 7, Raiku Duncan of Northview. And lastly, Brody Dunnell from Byron Center in lane 8.
Austin seems to already be pulling ahead after the first towel.
Yeah, very tight swimming right now.
Yeah, very tight between Austin
Good
and Michael.
underwater out of lane 5 though.
Agree.
Austin seems to have a little bit more of a lengthy stroke, whereas Michael Horde has more of a high-tempoed stroke, but both work for him. Michael Horde will turn in a 29.34 out of lane 5, and Austin Briggs in lane 4 will turn in a 30.31. And it will be Michael Horde of Northview touching in a final time of 1:02.52. Just off of him, Austin Briggs out of lane 4, touching in a final time of 1:03.15. Lane 3 will take 3rd in a final time of 1:08.38, and lane 7 will take 4th in a final time of 1:12.67. All right, our last event of tonight is the men's 400-yard freestyle relay. Should be an exciting one. Again, both teams are very competitive in the sprint department, so should be relatively tight. Lane 2, we have Northview's D relay. Lane 1. Lane 2, we have Byron Center's C relay, consisting of Carter Nelson, Ian McClellan, Bryce Counts, and Josiah Gonzalez. Lane 3 is Northview's B relay. Lane 4, Byron Center A, Aaron Petrulli, Colton Sandorf, Eli Bostelauer, and Lucas Ritzema. Lane 5, we have Northview's A relay. Lane 6, Byron Center's B relay of Andrew Hill, Grant Pierce, Caleb McGinley, and Cole Mitchell. Lane 7, Northview's C relay, and lastly, Lane 8, Northview's E relay. Right now, it seems that Northview A is taking a little bit of a lead.
With the B and the A relay from Byron Center pretty much tied up.
Yeah, that is interesting. Lane 5 will touch in a final time, or final split, I should say, 49.79. Lane 4, 54.06. Lane 6, 54.27. and lane 3, 56.67. Byron Center's A relay does seem to be pulling a little bit ahead of its B relay though.
Yep. Making slight comebacks each length.
Diving over Colton Sandorf just shortly will be Eli Bostelaire. He will touch in a split of 147.05. Byron Center's A relay just off him 147.20.
It'll be a race for third between Northview B relay and Byron Center B relay.
Yeah, they are probably the most
Changeable spot.
interchangeable tied up place right now.
Because first and second are most likely going to be Northview and Byron Center A relays.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens with these B relays.
Eli Bostelaire just split 24.90. Very good. Northview's A relay out of lane 5. Their 300 mark is a 233.6, and Byron Center's 300 mark is a 240.56.
In the water now from Byron Center A relays, Lucas Ritzma. And in the B relays, Cole Mitchell. He seems to be pulling ahead of the other B relays, so they'll most likely be able to snag third.
Yeah, shaping up to be a nice evening, everyone.
Lucas's first split is a 24.78. Cole's first split is a 25.69.
Yeah, Cole seems to be pulling just about half body length right now to Northview's B relay, so should have a nice ending there. And then the Northview's A relay just ended up in first with a final time of 3:25.77. And the A relay of Byron Center out of lane 4 touched a final time of 3:32.87.
BCB relay finished third with a time of 3:40.43. Northview B relay finished fourth with a time of 3:42.19.
We have just a little bit left for the evening. And out of lane 7, fifth is Northview's C relay. Out of lane 2, Byron Center's C relay takes 6th, and lastly, Northview's E relay takes 7th in lane 8. Oh, and Northview's D relay takes 8th out of lane 1.
And that's it for the night.
Yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. We hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day.